Hey everyone, Avapaul here, and today we're going to be playing Behemoth's Curse. And this has been developed by Night Fox Works. And they're the same people that are doing Fortnite at Faz Claire's and Malavant, which I love both those games. Now this you can find over at itch.io. I can have a link in this one, because the page doesn't show anything that it shouldn't. There is adult content, but you have the option in the preferences to turn that off. So in case you just want to play through without having that, sure. But yeah, this is about SCP-682, which I didn't look up what this one was. I know I've gone through a lot of the SCPs. I used to go to the website all the time and just read up on all of them. I think I got up to like 200 and something before I just started like jumping around all over the place. But yeah, very cool. I don't know what this one is, but we're going to come across it in the woods because I guess it broke containment. Let's get into it. Not the full version, I know. Before we begin, you set some options. Simply here to see the CG scene art, you can skip all the story that's currently in the game. Be warned, however, once this option is enabled, you must turn it off in the options, or by restarting the story in order for the game to work properly. Unlock all. I'll unlock by playing. Thank you. By default, this visual novel employs the use of minigames to challenge the players to unlock certain extra story beats. Minigames. Okay. These minigames can be turned off, such as that choices, branching paths become more important. So they become more important if you turn them off? Huh. Okay, so green text means we're at the point for one of those games. I'll keep them on. Sure. Default name is Matthew Thompson. Well, we're just going to go with Avapilot. What is your surname? Sure. Okay, a brisk wind blows through the forest as I continue to enjoy a mid-afternoon hike. Come out here at least twice a week, both to enjoy nature and to burn some calories. Funny thing about nature, though, is that you have to follow several rules in order to avoid problems. First, you should always let someone know where you're going and when you're expected to return. Second, whatever you bring in has to be brought back out. Even a stray candy wrapper can cause major problems. That is true. People should take care of nature. Third, never climb staircases you find in the woods. Not after what happened to the last search and rescue ranger. Staircase in the woods, I like that one. Fourth and perhaps most important, never stray from the path even if you have a good reason for it. Ignoring these guidelines is how people go missing, become injured, or worse. Imagine the irony going through my head when I come upon a strange sight along the path and consider breaking those rules. Doubly, so when I notice that the forest has grown ominously quiet around me. Ooh. That's Bambi's mom. I'm fairly certain that these grisly and bloody remains used to belong to a deer. Yeah, well, you can see most of it still. But this doesn't look like the work of a normal predator. This deer has been absolutely eviscerated. There's great furrows in the ground and along the nearby trees. Crimson ichor coats the leaves of the tallest trees. Whatever killed this poor creature did so with extreme prejudice. What the hell did this? The forest around me does not answer my query. Normally, this would be a sign for me to turn around and leave the woods as soon as possible. Nah, but one specific detail on the scene catches my attention. The strange tracks leading off the path. Oh, we're gonna go off path. Don't break rule 3. Hold on. What left these? I'm not an expert by any means, but I can tell something is off with these tracks. Most of the tracks have quadrupedal gait to them, with prints featuring large talons and an extended profile. Strange thing, though, is that there are some tracks made with a distinctly more human stride, or at least something capable of walking on 2 legs as opposed to 4. Can't think of any animal that can alternate so freely between such walking styles. Well, besides a human. Perhaps someone is injured out there, or in need of assistance? I should follow the rules and leave, but... yeah, we'll save. Investigate. I realize that I'm likely walking right into the proverbial bear's den. My bleeding heart made the death of me. But I wouldn't be able to live myself if there was someone that needed help and I abandoned them. Besides, I'm too curious about the mystery of the former deer. Follow tracks to an almost perfectly hidden cave tucked into the side of a hill. The only other hint I have is that someone or something came this way is a single green scale at the entrance. That scale is definitely reptilian, but I don't know of any reptiles capable of leaving one this big behind. I know I've read way too many fantasy novels when I first thought of it. There might be a dragon inside the cave. The interior of the cave is dark and still. The only sound is the faint wind flowing from the entrance into the cave's depths. Like any good hiker, I carry a flashlight. I flick it on and take a look around. Nothing here. Unless... I nearly fall back onto my ass as my flashlight illuminates several pairs of eyes and a scaled limb. A deep, rumbling growl emanates from the creature, causing the marrow in my bones to chill. Easy there. Easy. That deer must have been your doing, huh? What should I do? We'll save over. Let's try talking. In an attempt to placate the creature, I try to soothe it with words. I'm mostly just repeating "it's okay" and other noises one might use on their pet at home. Creature doesn't move, but it does surprise me by speaking for the first time. Go away. Voice is husky, yet feminine, like a chain smoker on their third pack of the day. There's also a note of malice and rage in her tone. From the sounds of it, I'm not sure how long I can push my luck by staying here. What should we do? Wait and watch? I remain as still as possible, so as to not upset the creature. Talk again. Try talking to the creature again. Creature's eyes wink out, one by one as it withdraws into the darkness. Maybe I scared it off? Probably not. It's gonna lunge, right? Oh boy. I guess we became a snack. Game over. Death count 1. Alright, so let's leave the cave. I don't want to risk being eaten, and it's best I leave the cave for now. I slowly back away from the creature, making no sudden movements during my retreat. It watches me the entire time, but otherwise doesn't react. Still, I don't completely turn my back until the cave is several hills away. My heartbeat is going a mile a minute as the weight of what just happened catches up to me. That was no ordinary creature. I thought it might have been a dumb beast, but it actually spoke. I wonder if that means I can coax it into talking with me. Maybe food would help. Well, I am food. That's probably a horrible idea, but... should I go back tomorrow with some food? Yes to saving, and yes to going back. Fuck it. Encountering that creature is the most exciting thing that's happened to me in a good while. Between my curiosity and the call of the void, I can't help to want to go back. Though I think I'll grab some meat to see if that gets the creatures talking some more. Day 1. I thought I was on day 1. Next day I arrived at the creature's cave with a backpack full of fresh meat from my local butcher. Only time and luck will tell if what I have will be enough to get the creatures talking. Go away. Okay, let's give it some food. I toss the creature a chunk of meat. The creature tears into the meat ferociously without saying a thing. Can't you take a hint? Alright, now I'm definitely gonna have to save. Try talking again. While the creature's eating, I try talking to it. You have a name? The hand's gone. There's only 2 eyes. That's not good. Hear the sounds of bones popping and shifting as the creature readjusts itself. Human tongues cannot replicate my natural name. And even if they could, why would I share that with you? I'm just trying to break the ice. The only thing that will be breaking is your skull if you keep talking to me. Low growl punctuates her remark. Yeah, I pushed forward all the same. Well, I'm April if it matters to you. It doesn't. I do not need to know the name of my next meal. I might be imagining it, but I think I hear the creature licking her lips. Alright. Well, you heard it all? I saw the furrows and scales you left outside. All of her eyes open at once and remain so, unblinking. My well-being is of no concern of yours. A predator does not share their injuries with their prey. And yet you're talking to me all the same. Another rumble comes from the creature, followed by a snort. You are pressuring my patience, little human. If you wish to die that quickly, simply say so. Even now I can smell the fear on you. It overwhelms you whether you recognize it or not. Something approaching a guttural chuckle comes from her. All you humans are alike, afraid of that which you do not understand. I mean, yeah, I'm scared that you might eat me, but I think that's a normal reaction. Wait a minute, is this like a vor game? No, because we would have saw that in the first death. Oh, there is no might to be had here. From the moment you appeared before me, your fate was sealed. So you're saying that no matter what I do, you're going to kill me. If that's the case, why don't you simply skip ahead to that? You said yourself, I'm trying your patience. Her eyes narrow, frustration and anger creeping into her already rage-filled tone. A prey that willingly offers itself for consumption cannot be trusted. And when it comes to humans, you are particularly revolting. Are you saying I wouldn't taste good? You are clearly more foolish than I initially considered. Creature falls silent after that. Leave me alone. Well, and that's the case. Yeah, we'll save. Wait and watch. We could try that. Remain as still as possible so does not upset the creature. Leave the cave. Sure. I decided to make an exit while the creature is still eating. Smart move. I'm surprised how much I was able to get the creature to talk today. That's a good sign, right? Just getting the creature to talk to me is a great start, all things considered. I'm still amazed it can even talk in the first place. Dead too. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford as much meat as before, but the butcher was curious why I needed so much of it. Wait, does that mean I should have used more of the meat? Told that I was feeding the local wildlife, to which she scoffed, but made a deal with me. Moving forward, the butcher will give me the gizzards and any extra meat that wouldn't normally be fit to sell. For now, though, I'll have to make do with what I've got. Leave me alone. Oh, I have 6 chunks of meat now. We're gonna throw some meat. Toss the creature a chunk of meat. Creature tears into the meat, ferociously without saying a thing. Why do you keep coming back? Well, you asked me a question, now I shall talk. While the creature is eating, I try talking to it. You in a more talkative mood now? Creature lets out a huff of annoyance. What is it you're getting out of this? What do you mean? I mean, what is your end goal? I have made it clear that continuing to bother me will result in your death. Is it that you seek destruction? Because I am more than happy to oblige, if so. I think for a moment while the creature's bones rattle. I don't think I have an end goal, if I'm being honest. Snorting, the creature scoffs at me. You expect me to believe that? Every human has some kind of twisted goal. It is part of what makes you hairless apes so repulsive. Wait a minute. Saying hairless apes. Is this the lizard? I could have sworn the lizard was a different SCP number. Oh, because, you know, scales. And calling us hairless ape, it can talk. It must be the lizard. Is that the name of it? The indestructible lizard? You know, the one that... The game. The game that I was playing for a little bit. The one we have to click on it. Yeah. SCP Evolution. Right, what's your end goal then? You dare ask me such a question? I can repeat it if it would help. Oh, don't be sassy. A brief flash of the creature's large jaw, filled with countless shark-like teeth, makes it clear what she thinks of that. I will not tolerate impertinence like that again. My goal is simple. Survive. Yeah, I don't remember the lizard having, like, 3 sets of eyes. You seem more intelligent than a majority of predators, though. Surely simple survival is too small a goal. Creature withdraws. She keeps talking all the same. You must understand, little human. Survival is paramount for me to potentially return home one day. Then why wasn't your goal return home? Your middle set of glowing eyes returns into view. This would be obvious to anyone with a brain. Perhaps you do not comprehend the nuances of your own language. I cannot simply return. I'm just thinking of the Lord of the Rings meme. Cannot simply. There are multiple roadblocks that must be overcome first. Yeah, I think I'm missing something here. Normally, I would attribute this to be the fault of your primitive means of communication. However, I am beginning to wonder if your gray matter is severely underdeveloped. I mean, something is clearly wrong with me for wanting to keep coming back. Though to be fair, this is the most excitement I've had in my life for a while. Another huff of warm air expands outwards from the creature's hidden nostrils. So you come to chat with me simply because you are bored? What a pathetic life you must live. Yeah, maybe you're right. What is life like normally for you? I mean, what were you doing before this? A sniffing amount of fury enters the creature's voice as it answers. That is none of your concern. You would do well not to inquire further along that line. Alright, I get it. Touchy subject. Jeez. Go away, Ava Pilot. I tire of this conversation. Did she just use my name? Can't you take a hint? I'm gonna try feeding some more. Because why not? Oh, there's gonna be a lot of cuts in this. I keep coughing nonstop after every, sentence I read. But, let's see. Throw a chunk of meat again. Toss creature some meat. Nothing. Try talking again? It was... Okay, creature's unresponsive at first, so I turned to leave. That's it? You simply came to deliver a meal? Yeah, I figured you were annoyed by me. Yet again, you push the boundaries of what I will tolerate. You keep saying that, but you've yet to eat me. Well, let's count the first death. The sound of gnashing teeth echoes across the walls of the cave. I am simply letting you marinate. That way you will taste better than the meat you keep bringing me. Huh. I thought the meat I have been getting was top-shelf stuff. Perhaps to a human, but to my palate it is like tasting raw sewage. Then I'll stop bringing it. Creature hisses and extends her claws forward. If you do that, the only thing I'll have to eat is you. So you keep saying. There must be some reason you haven't done so yet. There's a pause as the creature considers her words. You do not reek of fear and desperation as you did in our first encounter. The longer I wait, the less tainted your flesh will be from such hormones. I see. So it's not because you're lonely then? The creature surges forward, only stopping right at the cusp of the light filtering into the cave. You dare imply such a thing? That I am capable of being lonely? Unless you're simply bored, yeah. When she speaks again, the fires of her rage have been tempered somewhat. What of you, then? Are you lonely? I guess, yeah. I'm mostly happy with where I am in life. My job pays decently, so I'm not really wanting for physical things. The only problem is that these sojourns into the woods are the only free time I have. But yeah, I lead a very lonely life. Frankly, I think a part of me has been hoping you'd give me an exit to it. Creature goes silent as she processes my words. I realize far too late the possible implications of my statement as it pertains to my continued survival. However, when the creature speaks, it's with an almost somber level of understanding. Then to answer your inquiry, yes, I am lonely. I am unique in this universe. All the life I've encountered here thus far has been disgusting. And due to my situation, I cannot simply leave this planet in the same way I came here. Hang on, you're saying you're an extraterrestrial? She sighs, rolling her multiple eyes. That is painfully reductive, but if it helps your tiny brain comprehend it, then you can think of it that way. I guess that explains how you're so well spoken. I was guessing you were some kind of mystical creature or government experiment. The next response from the creature is a loud roar that causes dirt and dust to fall from the cave ceiling. Do not speak of such things in my presence, not if you value your continued existence. I will devour you here and now if you dare to question me. Am I clear? I hold up my hands and back off a bit. Yeah, I get you. Good. Well, we still got meat. I'm afraid if we try to keep talk to her, we're gonna get probably eaten. I'll throw a chunk. Talk? I know this is a touchy subject, but where did you come from? I don't mean in general. I mean before you were here in this cave. I feel like you're kind of hard to miss, even though I've seen very little of you so far. Huffing, the creature grumbles back. My majesty is wasted in this cave, but the alternative is not exactly preferable. How do you mean? Remember how I told you never to bring up my mysticism and government matters in my presence? Before this, I was contained in a secret facility hell-bent on destroying me. Oh, it is. It has to be then. See, that's the thing. For me, with SCPs, I know, like, the names of them. You know, there's Kane. There's I'm drawing a blank now. But, you know, there's the peanut or statue. There's the lizard. But the numbers that go to them, I don't really know. Unless you're talking like the Gate Guardian. I know that's 001. Well, I know there's a couple 001s of that. There's the factory. But, you know, destroying you, why? A sour note enters her growl along with narrowed eyes. Because they are absolutely terrified of me, of what I am capable of. And what that might be. I cannot die, no matter the method they use to injure, maim, or otherwise eliminate me. I always come back. Hey, is that you, William? Sounds like you have regenerative abilities better than a certain talkative comic book character. What the hell is a comic book? Nothing important. So this facility keeps you contained and keeps trying to kill you? Is it just you there? Strangely, there's a sprinkling of amusement in her reply. No, my captors fashion themselves as wardens over many things you humans relegate to myth and legend. They capture, contain, and otherwise seal away anything that meets their guidelines of anomalous. What sort of guidelines are we talking about here? It all depends on a ranking system of how dangerous something is. Her eyes narrow and raised towards the end, as if she's smiling. I am classified as Keter, which is assigned to anything that meets 2 criteria. Or at least, that's how it used to work. Now they just hand out Keter designation to anything slightly challenging to contain. That is true. They really mucked things up, I think, with the whole SCP lore, with a lot of things. Like, it used to just be simple. There was 3, you know? You'd have safe, and then Keter on the other end, and right in the middle you'd have, I can't even think of it now. I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, but now there's like cognito hazards, and well, I mean, there was always cognito hazard, but they made that like a thing. I don't know. There's just like a whole bunch now. It used to just be simple. So I'm guessing one of these criteria is that it's hard to contain you. How did this facility do that to you? A sadistic sense of pride creeps into her voice. Oh, they keep me in a large vat of acid. Yep, it's exactly it. It's the lizard. 682, okay. They think the acid incapacitates me, but it's more like a warm pool thanks to my generation. I merely sit there and wait, biding my time until I can escape once more. How many times have you escaped so far? Creature gives both a physical and verbal shrug at my question. I lost count decades ago. The facility is not very bright and keeps using other anomalous objects to try to kill me. Each and every time their attempts fail, I break out, have a little fun, then allow them to recontain me. Why would you allow them to recontain you? You just like being there with company. It may sound like there's no true way to make sure you do something outside of your will. All of her eyes opened in glee. Very perceptive of you. That said, there are limits to my adaptability and regeneration within a short time span. I could be temporarily incapacitated at best. Why would the creature be telling people that? You'd think it wouldn't say that part. Do you know what my favorite thing to do to my captors is? Eat them. Well, we've established it's not telling jokes. There's a dramatic pause before the creature speaks next. I like to let them piss me off. Huh? You see, it riles them up. They think I enter into a rage state, and that causes them to panic. And when they panic, it's more fun when I break out of their containment. I'm not sure whether to congratulate your mastery of manipulating humans, or wonder why you're admitting this all to me. Perhaps you'll figure that out one day, though I doubt it. She laughs in a way that goes right down to my bone marrow. Do you understand the kind of creature you're interacting with now, little human? Creature continues to chuckle as a chill runs up my spine at the implications of her words. Save, yeah, definitely save. Well, we got her talking to us. We're only on day 2. Wait and watch? I remain as still as possible not to upset the creature. What should I do? Chunk of meat. And we're gonna save. And try talking. The creature's eyes shrink out one by one as it withdraws into the darkness. Maybe oh no. We're gonna get eaten. Death 2. Good thing I saved. Wah wah. Alright, we're done here. I decided to make an exit while the creature's still eating. I'm surprised how much I was able to get the creature to talk today. That's a good sign, right? I didn't quite understand the nuances behind the creature's goals, but at least understand its desire to go home. The fact it doesn't want to talk about what it was doing prior to the cave makes me think it's not sunshine and rainbows in its past. The revelation that the creature isn't of this world doesn't faze me at this point. What does catch my attention is how hostile it got when I mentioned my theories about experiments and government stuff. Perhaps such things are in the creature's past. Well, it just said so. There's a lot to unpack about the creature's containment and abilities. Can't imagine what it would be like to be continually experimented on, let alone trapped 24/7. And although the creature has been doing its best to scare me off, I honestly feel bad for it. Day 3. I arrive at the cave as usual time this afternoon. This time, I have plenty of meat with me. Hopefully, the choice cuts... Hopefully the choice cuts the butcher gave me will go a long way. Why do you keep coming back? I should save, that's what I should do. And throw some meat. Why do you keep coming back? Yeah, we'll talk. You asked me a question, I'm replying. What do you think will happen in the coming weeks? Like in general, or... I mean in regards to my captors at the facility. Eventually they will catch on and seek me out for recontainment. Frankly, I am appalled that they've taken this long to locate me. She chuckles in a pitying sort of way. They must be losing their touch. You make it sound like you almost want to go back into their care, which, by your own admission, is never-ending torture and experimentation. Her her indignance at my remarks is more than evident that, Her indignance at my remarks is more than evident in the way she positions herself in the cave. You act as if there is another ending to this story. There is no happy ending in my future, nor in yours. When they find out about you, they will imprison and experiment on you as well, assuming I just don't kill you now and be done with it. In fact, that might be the most logical thing for me to do. Before she can fully emerge from the darkness, I try Hail Mary. I don't believe you. The creature stops dead in her tracks. What? I said I don't believe you. A story can always be rewritten. The creature laughs and pulls back to the edge of the light. Your idiocy is reaching levels that should make it impossible for you to even perform basic functions. If there were a way to break this cycle, I would have found it by now. Perhaps you just need a little external help in that regard. Instead of her usual retort, the creature opts to recede back into the darkness. Go away before your stupidity rubs off on me. Why do you keep coming back? Hey, you keep asking me this. Some more meat. Eat up. I hope this doesn't come across as insulting, but what's the craziest thing the facility has tried on you? Let me think. There's a pause and a low hum as the creature thinks. They once tried to kill me with bananas. Bananas? What, are you allergic to them or something? Chuckling, the creature waves her claws in a dismissive manner. Oh, nothing of the sort. They had an anomalous object that spawned bananas when consumed. Enough bananas to be lethally radioactive to the point of overkill. 9.12 million kilograms of bananas. That's a lot of bananas. Although, when I eat bananas, I like to eat bananas. Can't stop with just one. It's like, Considering how you're here, and that we've established you can't die, how did you get out of that? Simple. I ate them. I balk at her in disbelief. You ate 9.12 million kilograms of bananas. Sadistic joy enters her voice as she explains further. And a few helicopters, and several of my captors before they contained me again. I was also able to shoot deadly rays from my mouth for a few days. You're like a Godzilla. You're pulling my leg. Oh, you've believed everything else I've told you up until this point. But somehow bananas is your red line. That's fair enough. Though, if you'll permit me to point out, this is the closest you've been to a good mood. That sobers her up real quick. She drops back into a low growl. I will give you a chance to rephrase that statement before I eat you. No, I'm serious. It's nice hearing you joke around, even if your sense of humor is twisted. Ah, yes, of course. You found one of my weaknesses, performing stand-up comedy. Haha, I'm dying of laughter over here. You'll die of something else if you keep taunting me. Okay. We could try feeding her and talking some more. Do we really want to risk it? Well, hopefully she'll be more verbal now that we gave her some more food. Do you know what my favorite thing is that the facility has tucked away? I'm gonna hazard a guess and say it's some kind of ooze. I know I've accidentally struck a nerve with how loud she roars back at me. Do not mention oozes, slimes, or anything approaching such in my presence. Could that be because of, oh, geez, of course, I don't know the numbers of SCPs, I just know by the names. but I also can't remember the name of this one. Nice guy? I don't know. It's a little slime creature that's like always smiling. I think it's orange in color, and if it goes near anyone, whoever goes near like gets like this really happy mood, and like gets rid of depression, and it's a really cool one. Like it's one of the SCPs that like they don't really contain too much there. Like they let people actually go to it whenever they want and like spend some time with it, and they use it for like therapy, I think. All right, calm down. I'm not trying to rile you up. I'll permit your transgressions just this once. In any event. She takes a deep breath before giving a simple answer to her question. I don't like the fact I can't see her arm now. She could disappear. It's a pen. A pen? Life in this universe is disgusting. That much is true. But some of the art you can create approaches being tolerable. This pen I speak of draws out the innate talent and vision of whoever holds it, permitting them to make masterpieces. As long as they hold the pen anyways, and the pen doesn't let them go until the artwork is done. So you like art then? No, I hate organic art. What I like is the process of creation. I've always wondered what would happen if I were to be able to hold this pen. Would I draw home? Would my artwork drive humans to madness? So many questions. I could get you a normal pen, if you like. Her eyes roll as she grumbles back. Now you've ruined the moment. Get out of here before I decide to make a painting with your blood. Yeah, we'll leave. I'm surprised how much I was able to get the creature to talk today. That's a good sign, right? No. Some of the text is just the same as we've already done. The way the creature tried to warn me or grant what was, in its eyes, was a merciful death has given me food for thought. I also fully believe that her story isn't as set in stone as she thinks. I learned two very important facts about the creature today. 1. Her captors tried to kill her with bananas, of all things. 2. Her sense of humor could do with some practice and refinement. I'm amazed the creature has even a passing appreciation of the act of creation. Maybe I'll get her something to draw with, even despite her chasing me off. Therefore, I'm in trouble today. The butcher was only able to give me a single flank steak to work with. Well, luckily we still have a few pieces from yesterday. Top of that, the other meat I had with me went bad overnight. Oh, crap. I did season the fresh meat a bit, but overall, I'll have to be careful with how I use it. I check inside the cave, the creature is gone. Perhaps she's out hunting? I wait a bit to see if she'll show up, but eventually, I have to head home while there's still light out. The next afternoon, there's a terrible downpour. Despite the dangers of traversing the mountains in the rain, I feel obligated to go check in on the creature. Oh, if I didn't mention this before in the beginning, I think there's only 6 days in this so far. So we'll have to wait to the next update to do that. But I think they said it's going to be like sometime 2025. Granted, that's really not that far when you think about it. Since today's, what, the 4th of December? However, when I get there, she's nowhere to be found. There's not a trace of her anywhere. Where could she have gone? Don't know, but we better save. There's not even a single dropped scale, scrap of meat, or drop of blood in this cave. Uh-oh. Did SCP Foundation get here? It's like she was never here. Am I going crazy? That's when I hear something scraping along the ground outside. Ah, Flash. You damned idiot. Why have you not caught on yet? Ah, looks a bit human. You will have no hope of a future around me. So why? Why do you keep showing up? End of Act 1. Oh, only 4 days. I thought it was 6. Meh, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna go back and save right here. congratulations on reaching the end of Act 1. I hope you enjoyed this alpha version demo. The full visual novel will cover the truth behind 682 and all the twists, turns, and secrets that come with it. My hope is that you're interested enough to follow and support this project and to continue dev work on it. You can check out and support our Patreon page here. Until next time, ciao. Alright, that was Behemoth's Curse, version 0.1. Very awesome. I'm loving these games that they put out. And I'm not usually one for like a lot of visual novels, but what they've been doing is just great. I love the Freddy one especially. I gotta get that one. I'll play a night and then I take a break for a little bit, do other thing. You know, I don't want to play that game out. So, but yeah, I'll probably do another one on that soon. But I can't wait for this and more Malavent also. Malavent was a good one. I can't wait to see what the whole thing about that is going on with like the main characters losing their memories on Sunday or something, and then yeah, but very cool game. And on that note, you all have yourselves a good one, and I will see you later.